Okay, on this. All right. Thank you so much, first of all, for the opportunity to share. And Cassie, I love your beginning statement, which was extremely positive. And so it kind of reminded me of a couple of weeks ago when I got up one Friday morning and the Lord spoke to me and said,
We can't
GGG
hear
every
you,
day.
Lavon.
Huh? Go ahead.
Lavon, can you hear me?
Yes.
We can't hear you.
Uh, okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear.
I can hear it.
Okay, because
Yes,
I did.
yes.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. All right. Thank you so much, Cassie. Thank you for the opportunity to share. And I was just sharing that I loved your positive statement. It's JOY. It's joy, not happiness, because happiness can come and go with the fleeting of the moment. But joy is a steadfast, concrete, stable
Rats.
state of mind, state of spirit. And I got up the other morning and the Lord spoke to me and says, GGG every day. And I said, GGG every day? What does that mean? He said, greet every moment of every day with a gracious gratitude. And if you do, you'll have heaven's attitude. And so I said, okay, I will do that. So I'm passing that along to others. GGG every day to have heaven's attitude. All right, I am going to screen share. So you're going to have to let me know whether or not you can see my slides, because I'm going to click up here on, can you see my slides? I got a thumbs up. Yes. Awesome. Okay. This seems to be a hot topic today, inflammation. Inflammation is nothing more than the body giving you information. And so chronic inflammation is actually where we get into trouble. We're going to talk about that. And what does inflammation actually, when it's not resolved in the body, can turn into? It can turn into infections. It can turn into psoriasis, injuries, breast cancer, lung cancer. Yes, it is connected to cancer, eye disorders, asthma, diabetes, allergies, cardiovascular disease. Pretty much covers the gamut, doesn't it? So in other words, inflammation is information in the body that has not calmed down or been resolved. So let's take a look, taking a little deeper dive into balancing the inflammatory and anti-inflammatory forces. It can be a blessing or it can be a curse. Obviously, everybody here, I'm sure, at some point in time in their life, they've scraped their skin, cut themselves, or punctured through their skin, which is your largest detox organ. It's kind of like your suit, your body suit that holds everything in place. And what happens is when that cut occurs or injury occurs, then all of a sudden it gets red, it gets irritated. That is a natural body's response to an injury. So it is a design by our creator within our body, a system of repairing and restoring. So it sets a fire, it lights a fire in order to call all the forces upon that injury to heal it. And it's usually localized physical conditions in which the part of the body becomes red and swollen hot, often painful, especially as reaction to injury or infection. So many times what we do is we put a salve on it, we clean out the wound, we put a salve on it, and it's miraculous how you can actually see your body going to work to mend that cut or that bruise. Different causes, same responses. So it can be anything from a bruise to a cut. Every modern disease is affected by hidden inflammation. And when inflammation is not resolved, it is a sign that your immune system is not working to its optimal ability. And it's a sign that your immune system is angry. And it again causes heart disease, obesity, cancer, and dementia. Inflammation, it's a normal response of our immune system and the response of tissue
Somebody else
injury. So
muted.
inflammation is the body's attempt at self-protection. The aim being to remove harmful stimuli, including damaged cells, irritants, and to begin that healing process. See, the healing process is a normal process for the body. Thank God for it. Thank God for that, because if we did not have that programmed within our body, imagine how we would incur an injury and then not have the ability to heal and resolve the problem. That would be that would be a bigger problem. Inflammation, life itself causes inflammation. Nobody is without stressors every single day. So when there is fire, you do what? You call the fire department. So it's just your body's response saying, okay, we're going to call the fire department. The body's ability to put out the fires of inflammation is quite amazing. Again, it works right in conjunction, partnership with your immune system. Oxidative damage inside the body is the main factor causing the inflammation. Some injury has impaired the tissue, the bone, or the organ. If the body is out of essential nutrients, though, the body cannot put the fire out. So there's many factors that are involved here that actually keep the body's inflammatory index in check. And the tipping point, well, when you support the fire department of the body, then the body is able to say, okay, the fire's out. Firemen, it's time to go back to the fire station, go to bed, or fix dinner. Some of the nutrients that the body needs in order to call the fire department off of the fire is minerals like selenium and antioxidants. And that would be so true because antioxidants is what the immune system is run on. So tissue insult, actually unresolved inflammation causes scar tissue, or vice versa. Scar tissue causes inflammation. And you can have scar tissue from previous surgeries you've had or injuries that you've had topically on the skin surface or internally. The body has to somehow break down that scar tissue. Gastrointestinal diseases, of course, we know that sugar causes a lot of inflammation. White flour causes inflammation. Dairy actually causes inflammation in a lot of people. Not everybody, but some people. And it's becoming more and more prevalent, probably because of the processes that we go through, the homogenation and the pasteurization and things like that of our dairy. And the number one trigger that really triggers an inflammatory response is seed oils. And you're going to find those seed oils in everything from crackers to donuts to pastries to breads. Anti-inflammatory medications, yes, they cause inflammation. Oh, go figure. And again, stress. Now, I don't know anybody that's not without some level of stressors in today's world. So let's take a look here of what are some antagonists? Well, steroids, again, causes inflammation, especially when you're using them long term. Steroids to the body is kind of like a chemo or radiation. It kind of takes a picture of it and holds it intact. You really have to work to detox the body and heal the body from steroids. And as many people die from taking an anti-inflammatory drug as from asthma or leukemia. So why would we need an anti-inflammatory drug when your body already has an anti-inflammatory system? So we just have to know how to support our natural body's anti-inflammatory system. It's your stressor glands that makes your anti-inflammatory, which is your adrenal glands. As a matter of fact, when you're this is one way to tell if your adrenal glands have been a little overtaxed, is if your inflammatory index is not able to quiet down and calm down properly, then you may want to look at supporting your adrenal glands. So let's get to the root. It's not the infection that's causing, let's say, the inflammation. It's the inflammation doesn't cause the infection causes the inflammation. I'll put it that way. Bacteria, parasites, gluten, get to the root of it. Find out, is this a bacteria that's, in my gut, in my stomach, in my skin? Am I working and dealing with parasites? Is this a gluten insensitivity going on here? So you'll want to identify the antagonizer, remove the antagonizer, apply whole food nutrients to get out of the agonizing pain, and allow the healing process to begin. Oh my goodness. So quite simple. Vitamin A, they found in studies that when there's not a lot of vitamin A in the body in reserves, it's an oil-based supplement. And so it's actually stored in the liver, but many times, the number one reason for blindness worldwide is a deficiency in vitamin A. But vitamin A is inflammatory responses are much more likely if the person is deficient in vitamin A. So in other words, vitamin A helps, it's an antioxidant, and it helps to calm down the inflammatory response when you have sufficient amounts of vitamin A. And then anti-inflammatory nutrients that we want to actually load up on is Boswellia. I love that. That's a family from the frankincense tree, and that's found in the Neolife Full Motion. This is one of the reasons why our Full Motion works so phenomenally for joint pain and tissue around the joint for pain, because this actually calms down that inflammation. Flavonoids actually have been shown in research to repair the damage of the DNA from chronic inflammation, damage done from chronic inflammation. Because if you don't calm down the inflammatory index, it will actually super hyper oxidize the body, and that in turn will damage your DNA. Bromelain, which is an enzyme. This is why in Hawaii they call pineapple pain-apple, and on the islands, the Philippines and so, they call pineapple pain-apple, but it's the core of the pineapple that has the most of the bromelain, but it actually helps to break up scar tissue internally in the body. Ginger root is fantastic too for being an anti-inflammatory. In fact, researchers from Michigan Medical School reported that ginger was found to reduce the markers of colon inflammation and may even prevent colon cancer. Of course, the Neolife flavonoids is the only flavonoids in the world that has the complete family from human whole food and has been clinically tested at the Cancer Institute. Turmeric Yay, we've been hearing a lot of information about the power of turmeric, a plant of the ginger family. Current research is looking into the benefits of turmeric, treatment of everything from arthritis to Alzheimer's. Why? Because it carries such a powerful anti-inflammatory agent. It actually, the recent studies have shown that it acts like an actual molecular kill switch to inhibit the inflammatory process at its very core. I like to buy the root, shred the root, boil it, make a tea out of it, or just grate it and put it on vegetables. It's a wonderful resource. And of course, our glucose balance is quite amazing because it not only has the turmeric, but it also has the active ingredient of curcumin, which they found hits the target in the chemical chain reaction of chronic inflammation. It works on the same pain receptor targeted by opioid drugs. I'll say that one more time. So you're telling me, Lavon, that curcumin actually has the same effect as a pain opioid drug? Well, that's the research that was shown. It's quite amazing. It puts out the fire of inflammation and silences the pain at the same time. This is why I love our glucose balance for helping to balance the inflammatory index, keeping that in check. And not only that, it actually helps repair the damage of chronic inflammation in the body. That's what's so amazing about it. Also, omegas are amazing because they carry such a powerful property of anti-inflammatories. From everything that they've studied, from brain to joint pain and even anxiety, mental health, actually, because they've proven and shown that mental health is triggered by inflammation, chronic inflammation in the brain. Dr. Daniel Amen has shown that over and over again. I love the green tea because it has an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant value to it. And it has this wonderful property called EGCG, which is a short version of a long name. And that EGCG is an anti-inflammatory and it acts as an antioxidant. And our Neolife tea has a therapeutic concentrated amounts of that EGCG. I love that. Also, magnesium is fantastic. Why? Because, well, magnesium carries such a heavy load in the body, but magnesium helps to break up scar tissue in the body. Magnesium helps to regulate your inflammatory index. Magnesium helps to metabolize hormones and gene expression. And of course, we get chronic inflammation from tightened muscles, especially around the neck area. Can I get a witness out there? I've been doing these exercises and the little video will say, pull your shoulders down. And I'm going, ooh, okay. So I'm finally getting the message. Don't do this, relax that. And magnesium helps to do that with tightened and tension muscles. And 75% of American adults are deficient in this dietary essential nutrient. It's actually an epidemic. So relaxing muscles, because tense muscles tend to get chronically inflamed. Yes. So again, it breaks up scar tissue and it helps to rebuild cartilage around the joint areas. So love, it's a low burden, high benefit. And what I mean by low burden, it's under 20 bucks. And yet the benefits, woo, are $100 worth of benefits in our magnesium. And of course, magnesium helps with that stress factor too. Psychological stress in the form of panic attacks, rapid pulse, night sweats, signs of cortisol prompted inflammation. Because when you have that's your adrenals at work there again, that's out of control, is because it's been chronically overused and not been given the message to calm. It's time to calm down. So cortisol is your fight or flight hormone. When that kicks in, your adrenals are spent. And the magnesium helps to calm that down. It calms the entire system of your adrenals. It's an adrenal support. And minerals alone are adrenal supports for the body. Physical stress, also, I love our Elevate because it has magnesium in it, vitamin D, it's got vitamin C, it's got B vitamins. They were talking about B6, how important B6 is in helping with anxiety and panic attacks. And your electrolytes, supplying the body with electrolytes. And this Elevate is amazing because it has taurine in it that helps the muscles, strengthening and building muscle, good, healthy muscle tissue. And it also has suntheanine, which actually raises your dopamine levels. So it gives you a clear sense of well-being. And it's a focused energy and not a hyper vigilant energy, which is what you're trying to really get away from. I love it. I drink it during my workout in the mornings. Absolutely love it. And of course, for your digestive issues, for inflammation, enzymes, has that bromelain in there. But it's quite amazing because enzymes are powerful to calm the inflammation down in the large intestines and especially the small intestines, but especially the colon area, where oftentimes we get pockets, diverticulitis, we get all kinds of things that happens with the colon, and inflammation sets in. And anytime you've had any kind of stressors, surgeries, or chronic stressors, a lot of people take that in their digestive system. Eating out a lot, traveling, drinking different sources and resources of water introduces lots of bacteria, different things that can upset that. Well, the enzymes will calm it down. Enzymes actually break up scar tissue in the colon, and aloe vera is a healing component. So you also would want to maybe add a probiotic or Neolife acidophilus to the picture. But it's amazing what it can do because it de-stresses the entire digestive system. So when you can de-stress the entire digestive system, you're going to have if you have a happier, healthier gut, you're going to have a happier, healthier you. Obviously, chronic inflammation from sugar and high glucose levels, high insulin levels. The medical community has also linked insulin and glucose levels to chronic inflammation, which is what actually is attacking all your glandular system, your liver, your kidneys, your pancreas. This is why they take such a heavy toll with chronic glucose levels staying so high and sugar. For especially with type 2 diabetes. And that's where I love our glucose balance is amazing to keep this in check. It has some Ayurvedic herbals that are blended with it, with that turmeric and curcumin and cinnamon, chromium, alpha lipoic acid. So it actually comes in and supports that glandular system that's been hit pretty hard and heavy with chronic inflammation. Food allergies, again, you're going to have to identify what the antagonist is And I just tell people, if a food bothers you, quit eating it. Do a what I call an elimination, do a food diary so that you can actually have identify what is triggering you. Some food allergies can happen within minutes of consuming it, but others actually won't manifest for 2 to 3 days. So you'll kind of have to have a guideline, and a diary. Food diary is the best way to do that. Adding a probiotic into the gut, again, realigning, rebalancing the gut probiotics is going to help with food allergies. And adding, of course, the amino acids that are in the protein shake to help the enzymes all help to digest sometimes some of the antagonists. But gluten is a problem, not because gluten is a problem, but because of how our wheat is grown today. And the gluten is out of proportion. It's out of balance to what nature intended. And it's causing leaky gut syndrome, which is chronic inflammation. So inflammation, if your hormones are out of balance, then the body's going to be in a state of inflammation, hot flashes, irritability, all of those things are all attributed to estrogen, progesterone, testosterone that are out of balance. And can lead to osteoporosis, weight gain, even adult acne when your hormones are out of balance. One of the best things to get the hormones back in balance is the top 3 protein, your amino acids, minerals, and the TRANN. Quite amazing to get your hormones back into balance. And we know that detox your home, clean your home up, get your home stressor-free as much as possible, from your laundry soap to your hand soap to your dishwashing soap to your toilet bowl cleaners, your floor cleaners, all of the above, because chemicals in your home can actually disrupt hormones. It can cause anxiety. It can cause depression. Dryer sheets, plug-ins, air fresheners, get rid of them. Crack your window, let some fresh air in. Have a little aerator of essential oils going, of lavender or rosemary, some things that are very calming, very soothing. Watch where, if you're working at a place of business, watch what the chemicals that you're being exposed to, the environment that you're being exposed to, the water, the air, that sort of thing, because it all matters, because your chemicals, your body will react to the chemicals, and it can become a chronic inflammatory response. The hateful 8 trigger foods are those seed oils. They prompt an immediate inflammatory trigger. So it's because they're, again, out of proportion. They're highly processed with a lot of chemicals. They're oxidized. They're found in everything from goldfish crackers to donuts to cakes and different things. I went to our farmer's market on Saturday morning and bought some homemade dips and things that I'm going to serve on our Thursday night meetings. And I found one that actually is made with olive oils. I only chose the ones that made with good, proper oils. Diets that are high in carbs fuel inflammation, high in sugar fuel inflammation. Pay attention, because your body is speaking a language to you, language of information. How to cool the fire inside of you. Learn how to live an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. Fire smolders your organs and sends you out of control. Identify the triggers. We've talked about that. Help the body reset the immune system, because the biggest partner to calming down your inflammatory index is your immune system. Eat a whole foods, real food diet. The more packaged food, box food, canned food, fast foods, the more likely we're going to get unhealthy oils, lots of triggers, lots of things. And start putting healthy oils in the body, healthy, good fats, high density phytonutrients, and quality protein. And again, exercise, because exercise is going to help your adrenals. It's going to help with calming your body system down, especially your adrenals. I love the turmeric. Salmon is a great food. Broccoli, blueberries, green tea, kelp, shiitake mushrooms. Enzymes for digestion is a great way of calming inflammation down. It's a great way to have great bowel movements, by the way, is enzymes. Because it breaks up scar tissue, especially people that have no gallbladder, especially people that have diverticulitis, diverticulosis, anything that ends in itis is inflammatory in nature. These all are foods that can help you and don't have or boost have an inflammatory response. So whole food nutrition is where we want to really dive into phytonutrients, omega-3s, probiotics, vitamins and minerals, and antioxidants. So we want to remember that our partner in this is our immune system. Carotenoids is one of the best immune boosters on the market. That's from human whole food, clinically tested on humans, shown to actually boost your immune system 37% in less than 3 weeks. This is amazing research. 3 carotenoids a day is equal to you getting, I think, 350 pounds of dark colored fruits and vegetables. Oh my goodness. If you take 1 a day, it's 80 pounds and triple that. So if you're taking 3 a day. So it's quite amazing. It's one of the best immune boosters. We don't talk about it enough, but it's the blessed partner. It's the blessing partner of your inflammatory index. And of course, your omegas. Why? Because omega-3s is what we're missing. We're getting too many. Those seed oils are introducing too many omega-6s, which is a trigger. Omega-3 is a calmer. It's going to calm things down. And so our salmon oil is very high in the omega-3s, has a perfect ratio balance of all 8 omegas, and has shown to reduce the inflammatory index 68% in less than 8 weeks. It's clinically proven. And it's a healthful salmon dinner's worth of omega-3. So, if you can have salmon every single night, then just take your salmon oil, and what a delight, because your body will calm down. Again, the acidophilus, I love the probiotic because pretty much inflammation is anywhere in the body is going to upset your gut biome. Concentrated active cultures, 5 types of beneficial bacteria, whole food derived gel guard technology. I love it because it's target delivery, and it's protected from the stomach acids, from not being destroyed. That amazing allicin, which is the enzyme necessary to help with calming down the gut inflammation. And our garlic allium also does wonders in this area. Anytime anybody has inflammation, bacteria, virus going on in the body, I always recommend our garlic with our active allium. It has all 5 family members, supports healthy immune response, promotes gastrointestinal health. So it's anti-parasite, antibacterial, antiviral. It's quite amazing. Again, it has that gel enteric coating technology, that it's the allium is not going to be destroyed in the stomach acids. It's going to pass through, go and dissolve in the cecum of the intestines where it needs to. Vitamin C is always a superfood antioxidant. Why? Because vitamin C calms the body down. It is, like I said, a super antioxidant that works real well with some of the other antioxidants like vitamin E and vitamin A in the body. So our vitamin C was the very first ever in history, pioneered, vitamin C derived from oranges and lemons and limes and grapefruits, actual citrus, carrying with it the whole family, the flavonoid family, which actually boosts the effectiveness of vitamin C by thousands of times. And Cassie and I were talking about this, that flavonoids, when you add a flavonoid to the mix, you're actually boosting your collagen, your vitamin C production and collagen production by 2,000%. Amazing. And I can't forget zinc, because zinc is also, we find that in chronic inflammation in a body that's been suffering from chronic inflammation, there's a lot of times there's a deficiency in zinc. It doesn't take a lot of zinc to bring the levels back up, but zinc plays a part in repairing damage of the DNA from chronic inflammation. It's an immune supporter, it's a wound healer, and it's a powerful antioxidant enzyme function. So you don't want to forget zinc. It also regulates copper. And many times people have too much copper, and usually a factor behind that is because they're low in zinc, because zinc actually regulates copper. So I love our formulas. I love our solutions because they are backed by real science. And they're based totally in nature. And I love the fact that we can share them. They have only positive benefits. And our relationship with food, whole human food, nutrition being our healer, is, well, it's indisputable. So I'm going to end with that, and I'm going to go over to, I think, okay, over here. Okay, stop recording. Thank you so much.